Okay, we're live. I'm just gonna check real quick. Normally I check on my phone, but I let my phone die, so I'm gonna check real quick, make sure we got sound. Okay, we're live. Yep, we got sound. So I'm gonna turn that off. My phone will be on in just a moment. I'm charging it up, so I'll be able to see comments. But let's see if we got anybody on live right now. I know some of you are just getting up, and some of you might be getting ready for church, but I'm going to leave this up so that you'll have a chance to look at it later. I will be doing a lot of catch-up work today. So I'll be doing a lot of it either live or recording it and putting it up. So be ready for a lot of content today. I just want you all to see what goes into the life of a graphic designer, which you all are on the path to being, if not already there. I see Nikki's here. Jesse, hey, what's up? Tip. Hey, love. I'm doing this quick session, and I have like a whole surprise for you all. I cannot wait to show you. But I also uploaded a item that you can do your all over prints, like straight up online with no Photoshop. So I'm going to do a few examples of what those look like. And it's going to blow your mind, some of the resources that I found where some of you who don't want to use Photoshop or don't feel quite that confident yet, or don't want to purchase it yet, I found ways to, of course, remove the background, to fade the gradient from the bottom. Like, it took me forever to find that. And I found an app that allows you to change the transparency of the image. So remember, we had that issue. So I'm going to be excited to show you. I'm going to start calling those sessions like Notoshops. Like Notoshop sessions. Like, whatever we can do to not use Photoshop, I will have some dupes. I also know Shakia Lavelle, if you go to Silaholics Anonymous, and she also has another group, I can't think of it right now. She does a lot of Notoshop type tutorials, so I'm definitely going to plug her on that too. Alright, so y'all, let's get started with these socks. We're going to keep this recording up. First of all, can y'all hear me okay? I have the mic, but it's like away from me right now. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, Nikki, you still can't fade the gradient. You know what? Let's remind me to make a short video tutorial, and I will do it today, probably as soon as I finish this, and I will post it just like I did the cutting the clipping path. So that'll be one of our quick tip videos, okay? All right, cool. Good morning, early birds. Yes. Yeah, I've been up since 6 preparing for all the randomness I have to do today. So we're about to get into it. A little Notoshop session. All right, so I'll put my phone down till I get ready to check on comments. And first thing I'll do is I'm going to type in socks in the search field, because I'm not even going to look for the product. There it is, sublimation socks. Get into it, click on it. And this is the same little mock-up now. Start designing. Now this is for people that basically either want to download the art or have the items printed, but the concept is still the same. So I'm going to add a design here, and this is an SVG, the same SVG that I use in the Photoshop file. So if you can't use Photoshop, what I'll do is these very elements, I will link a folder for this homework for these elements. So it'll have this in there. Alright, you got that on there. And look what it does. Because it's SVG, it breaks down the colors. So you honestly can do more than this with this particular setup than you could with the Photoshop, because we can edit the individual colors of the hearts. Let's see, what next? Let's add a design. We had photos. Now the thing that it's not going to do, you would do this same type of design if you're designing in Affinity, whatever graphics program you're doing. You could do these same exact steps. You are basically bringing in your images. I'm going to bring in where's the puppy? There he goes. So I'm going to bring that in. Now the issue is the Photoshop file that I created for you guys had these smart objects oriented to where it automatically created a pattern, and that's going to save you a lot of time when it comes to creating your sock designs in the future. Now, I say that to say this: you can find all kind of alternatives to Photoshop, but the idea is, are you going to have consistency? Is it going to save you time? And is it going to be worth the $10 a month that you're paying for the service? So keep that in mind. There are a lot of opportunities to do things for free or for less, but you have to keep in mind, what am I doing this for, and how is it going to serve me? So in this case, Photoshop serves me well because I'm creating templates not just for you, but for myself. I don't like to redesign things over and over again. Matter of fact, when I have to touch a design that I already did, it does something to my spirit. It irks my nerves, and that's probably why I try to make new designs all the time. But you see, I can bring an image in here. I can tilt it just like I had on my template, and then if I want to copy it, instead of bringing that image in all over again, I'm going to copy it, select it, and then I'm going to paste, and there it goes. And I want to shift it the other direction, and there it goes. Now the pattern that I had set up already had like spacing and all that, but hey, this is what you're doing when you don't have the same tools. This is what I do my entire life. I look at something somebody else does or has, and I figure out how to do it with what I have. And there were times where all I had was Microsoft Word or Paint, and I guarantee you I still made fire designs. High school, matter of fact, did I have I had Photoshop starting my 10th grade year in high school. But before that, I used to design everything in PowerPoint and Word because it's what I had at my computer at home, and I was one of the few people that was able to have a computer at home. So my dad made sure of that. So if you have these resources, you have your phones. These phones are powerful. There's absolutely no excuse anymore to design. These kids can design a collage in 2.5 seconds flat. We need to get into it. Let's see. I want to see if I can copy all of those. Oh no, I'm going to still copy select it because didn't I select more than one? Let's see. One, I'm holding down shift, selecting two, and I should only select two because it's going to give me my pattern. So let me see if I copy the selected and paste it, if it gives it to me the same size. And it doesn't. I don't think it did. Oh, I guess it did give it to me the same size. So then I don't have to copy one at a time. You see that? So I still had to space them out, but maybe in this particular context you don't create the little designs. I don't know. But this is where Photoshop will save you some time with that template. And that's why I want you guys to see, when I build a template, I'm literally spending hours to create something that will take you minutes to edit. So I do want you to understand that that's the concept. Let's see. Let's change some colors here. Let's say this pink, we'll do green instead. Oh no, that's the darker color. We're gonna keep that. We're actually gonna make that black. And then let's take the darker pink, let's make that green, do a little spicy AKA green with the pink, and then we'll even change the pink because the pinks look a little dull. So let's take that pink and let's punch it up. Come on, give me some pink, give me some pink. There we go. A little more magenta, and then this baby pink, we're gonna punch that up too. Why not? Because you can. So let's just do it. Now I could also, I'm picking colors here, like I'm creating the colors, but I could also go to the standard colors and pick colors from this palette. I just find it, pretty limited, so I like to make my own little colors. And I want a lighter pink, but I want it to still be within that same realm as the hot pink. So I'm staying where the hot pink would have been, and I'm just pulling it away, getting lighter and lighter. Okay, I'm happy with that. So that is that part of the design. If I wanted to, we had issues with seamless. Now this pattern right here, I told y'all this pattern is a little jacked up just because of the way they created it. It doesn't really match up. So it's not really seamless because I see a seam. So when you're looking up, and this is a question we just had today, when you're looking up seamless patterns, make sure that you're actually getting a seamless pattern, because sometimes it'll preview for you, but it won't actually be seamless. Now let's see, this one's on free pick, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what it's about. I haven't done this yet, so I'm doing this live. Now this is of course a premium resource, so let's see if we can find one that's not premium. Of course all the unicorns are premium because unicorns are hot right now. All right, let's look up unicorn seamless. And if you look up seamless, you almost don't even have to type in pattern. Most of the time when you're looking up design resources, seamless means that it's a repeatable pattern. So even if it's got some randomness to it, you'll notice that the top, this unicorn here should finish off a unicorn somewhere at the bottom when you tile it. So sure, this one looks like it's free. What? No, we don't need to purchase right now, but thank you. Shout out to freepik.com. Let's see, we're going to download this in vector format. We're doing the free, and we're going to save this file so that we can upload it, because it's going to download as a zip file, and I don't be knowing where these files go. Matter of fact, I think I can go here. Here we go. Right click, open containing folder. I'm using Firefox right now to try to not have y'all all congested with my Chrome, because Google Chrome is definitely resource intensive. All right, now I don't know if I can upload it in EPS format. That would be something interesting to find out. But I know for sure if I open it in Illustrator, save it as an SVG, or you can open the EPS and save it as an SVG. I don't know if EPS files, you know what, that's let's try it. Let's see. That'll be something new today. I did not mean to open Photoshop. So I'm going to copy this attribute and I'm going to put it on here for y'all. So I'm going to add some text and it will be on here. Because what I can do, I can send you the link to this exact sock I'm designing and it'll have all these elements on here. Alright. Got that text on there. I'm just going to make it real small. Kind of move it out of the way. It's on there if you're looking for it. Okay, it's down there towards the bottom. Alright, what else do we need? We said we were going to try to bring in, so I'm going to add a design. Let's add, upload the image. Let's see if it'll let us do the EPS file. Otherwise, we need that SVG. Or it could even be PDF. It'll bring in a PDF as long as it's vector. And dang, where did that go? That went to this file. Downloads. Downloads. Flat uniform pattern. Let us see. 'Cause I don't even know. This is going to be interesting. So it may say that it has to process, and normally when it's processing, it's trying to figure out if it is a vector image. Yeah, it's converting the vector, and then it'll try to break it down. If it's really complex and has a lot of colors, it may not break it down, but if it's something that it can read as a vector file with limited enough colors, it'll put all the colors that are in this graphic, and then it would let you know that you can change those individual colors. Otherwise, it'll just bring it in as pretty much a JPEG if it can't do anything with the vector elements. And you can still use it as a design element then. Alright, so we're going to let that do what it does. See if we need anything else. Oh, I will show you in the meantime if you needed to create a seamless pattern. And I probably need to do this anyway because I probably wouldn't want design by free pick on there. Let's see, I might want to, and this has some gradients in it, so I'm almost guaranteeing that it's not going to do the full image because it has gradients in it, and the program does not break down the gradients well. And I will tell you this, when you see patterns like this where they have created a pattern, this is not actually vectored. So what you have to do is you have to expand it, right click, expand, and it's going to ask if you want to expand the object in the field. Then you have to right click and ungroup it, and then you have to release the clipping mask, and voila. Then you get the good stuff. And then even still, there's probably some things that are clipped, as you can see. So if I were to take, now this is a little complicated because it's got gradients in it, so we might as well just leave this as pretty much a standard. Yeah, this is too many gradients in it. I was going to show you how to take your gradients and break them down. If you have things with gradients, you can use your direct select and select your images that have gradients, and then just go ahead and change them to flat colors. But yeah, because even this is object, expand, yeah, even that's all been merged in. So this is not a good one to show you like I showed you with the hearts. It was a simpler one. Let's go back to, yeah, see, it's still trying to process this. Let's see. And it still has these lines in it. What's up with these people making these seamless designs where you can see the seams? Not good. So this is what I was telling you. If it's too complicated, which this one had the gradients and stuff, if it's too complicated, it's not going to tile it for you. And then you should be able to copy that and copy, select it, paste it, and I'll bring another version. And then at some point in time, you should be able to move these around and your image should be tileable. But what I'm thinking is a lot of these are not truly set up as tiles already. They're just telling you that. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, these are not tiling. Oh, it's missing some of the tiles. Yeah. Because I'm thinking that this one goes where that one is. Yep, that's where that one goes. So I would need that full, that really full sheet in order to really tile this. But I think you can get the idea that you can bring elements in. You can tile them. In this particular case, I would more or less grab something more of this scale and use that as my background. But I will show you, there's honestly, they need to do better with these tiles. Then maybe that's why they're free. Let's ungroup that, and yeah, the tiles that they are preparing are showing, and it's not showing in Illustrator. The only problem is it's showing in Photoshop, and it's showing on the designer. So yeah, I have problems with that. Same thing I had with the heart design. Where am I? Right here. So if I wanted to bring this design down, let's just say I was going to keep this as my background, I would, while I'm on the design layer, I can use a shortcut, which is to bring it all the way to the bottom. That brings it behind everything. And then let's say, and I'm probably going to just go ahead and get rid of that one. If you click on the X there, it's going to ask if you want to delete. You can even hit the delete button and it'll delete. So I'm going to keep that on there. And what else did we do? We changed colors. You can also, now when it's vector, you don't get a chance to change colors like you would if it were a bitmap. So let's try that. I'll do this. Since this is already all large, I'm going to take all of that and export. I'm just going to say save for web. So I can save it as a JPEG. It doesn't have transparency, so I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And no, I don't want to do just that. Oh, I got to take the artboard. So we're going to make all of this be on the artboard. Let's do object, artboards, fit to selected art. And then that way when I export, It'll export as PNG, and let's put it in my delete files. There we go. Gotta click on it. And you know, I think it has some extra space around it, so that's going to be interesting to see how that pulls in. But you don't have to use Illustrator for this. I'm just using it to see if I could have preserved the vector qualities, but you could literally pull in bitmaps or anything else that you want. Let's see, so this will be in my delete files, which clearly you can see I don't delete enough of them. And where did it go? Here, let me sort by name instead. It started with a 2. I did save it in my delete files, didn't I? Or did I put it back in the... Oh, I know what it does. Illustrator puts it in its own folder, depending on what file type it is. And I can't stand that unless I uncheck that option every single time. Alright, so let's see what it does here. And I should have repeated the pattern vertically rather than let it be so wide horizontally, but we will just see what it does. And all that extra space that was around it is now in that PNG, and I don't like it, but I'm just gonna copy and paste. And now I will have to figure out where this matches up. But you understand that that's what tiles are. It's just basically at some point in time the pattern is going to match up. And now we have a tileable pattern. However, let's see. This is not going to be vector editable, but I want to show you when you have a bitmap, you can still edit colors just like in Photoshop. So we can go to the effects, and we can do a tint, and we can change the color by tint. And this is mostly, you know, it's going to change the colors in some way that you will not know exactly how it's going to change it. So you can play with the amount. And this is just a kind of a bad example because when it brought it in, it looks really low resolution. And I probably did that on purpose because when I do vector logos for people, I send them a low resolution version first. Until they tell me what they like. That way they don't end up with 12 versions of their logo all saved at high resolution and work me to death. Just a hint for you too. So you have a tint, there's color balance. Color balance is kind of like when I tell you how to do the hue saturation. It will either bring up or bring down some of the colors. If you bring everything up, it turns it all white. If you bring everything down, it turns it all black. And it also depends on how much contrast you have in your image too. And this one doesn't have a lot of contrast because it's rather dark. And I'm just not liking that image right now. Let's see, wallpaper. Oh duh, we have some wallpapers on here already. I'm gonna delete that because it doesn't look good and I don't even feel comfortable showing y'all. Even though the concepts are still the same, I would rather you see what the effects actually do. And I can't do it on a vector, so I have to have something bitmap to show you. So let's see what's already on the designer. Let's add a design, and this time we're gonna add from, let's just search background. And this is where you can put your splashes in there. You know, I uploaded those splashes and those clouds and those type of elements for you. Those are the same elements that are in the PNG brush pack. Let's see. I want something where I can change colors and you all can see how that works. We should be able to change the color of this one. Let's see. Because this is a bitmap image. And as a matter of fact, let me make it smaller. And we'll bring it down here so we can see what these effects do. So let's go to our image and the effects, and let's do tint. So now you get a better understanding of what these features do, because it's a little bit better resolution image. You have your color balance, and this is never going to be as robust as Photoshop. I will not even claim that whatsoever. I don't even want you to think that. I just want you to understand that there are tools out there where you can create, and in this case, if you were, you know, printing these on items that we were printing and shipping to you, then basically you can design in-app. That one is helpful. Charcoal, what charcoal does is it makes things kind of black and white. You can use those as elements. There's also one, shade makes things look like it's embossed. So there are different ways that you can modify this. This is not Photoshop by any means. I promise you. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm making designs for my customers, sometimes I will design them in this app because it has elements that are already put together, and I have my words, and then I can still put my lightning in the photo and never have to open up Photoshop. And that's what I use this particular app for. I'm trying to show you the ones that really, grayscale is helpful if you need to make things black and white. It really just depends on the quality of the image, the contrast is in there, and then you'll be able to tell whether you can make this work for yourself or not. So there's something else I wanted to show y'all that you can do for the free. Pixlr. Pixlr. Okay, so you all know that I was telling you I was trying to find a free app basically that allowed you to, I think this is pretty much it. And I'm sure they have a paid version of this too, but the free version that's online is the one that you can take your cutout image, and I would tell you to already have your image cut out. And I'm going to use Cardi because I already had Cardi. I did a test on her yesterday. So where is her PNG? Y'all see, I've been working on all kind of stuff. So we'll bring Cardi up. I cut her out manually, or you could use remove BG, whatever. I think this program actually has an option to remove the background too. I just haven't played with it yet. So this was already cut out, and there were a couple of questions about how you would be able to fade an image without Photoshop, and how you're able to change the transparency of that image. So we're gonna get into that. First things first, I think I need to unlock this layer. And I forget how I unlock it now. Ooh, okay, there it is. I thought I just double clicked it. Okay, so I clicked over there to unlock. Now it's active. There are two things that I want to do. One thing is that I want to take off this blunt cut edge off the bottom. So I'm going to go to the paintbrush tool, and then there's an eraser here. I'm going to turn up the softness and turn up the size, and then I can brush away my image. I did not know that existed for free. So here you go. I did a lot of research trying to figure this out for y'all, and that's it. Okay, so that's one thing. So what I'll do, I can go ahead and save this, and I'm going to save it as fade off. Alright, so now I have a fade off version of it. We'll download it, and I'm going to tell it to save. Okay. I guess it's going to save it to downloads again. It just does its own thing. Let's close that. And then the other thing was, you wanted to know, like, when you're creating these graduation designs and stuff on the app, y'all wanted to know how to change the transparency. The app doesn't have that. So you can change the transparency here. Let's see, if I click on the image, there are these three dots on there. We can go to transparency, and voila. I'm going to bring the transparency to maybe around 50. I'll save one with 50, and then we'll save that. And I'm going to call this 50 opacity. And then we'll download that. And then I'll do another one. Just automatically do this, sir. Quit asking me these same questions. All right. Y'all can tell I don't use Firefox a lot, but this is the Firefox Developer Edition for anyone who's interested. All right, so let's do another one at like 34%, just so, because you can't really tell what it's going to look like until you start layering it. But I want you to understand that you can change the opacity levels in a program. You can fade off the edge of your graphics in a program that is for the free ski. Okay, this is 30 opacity. Let's see how this looks when we bring it into the appage. All right, so download, get rid of that, and let's bring in our image. And this time we're going to upload image, and we'll go to, I guess, the downloads. Yep. So I have, first I have the fade off. I'm going to bring that in first. Give it a little time, and then it'll ask me questions. So let me see, was there anything else I need to show y'all on this? I think that's it. I think once you know that, for the folks that don't have Photoshop, or if you're on your phone or something, I think this works on your phone too, and you're just trying to do some quick edits while you're not at your computer, or you're at your iPad or whatever your tablet device is, you can't beat having these type of tools to put together your composition. So see, now she's faded off, and I don't have to worry about that hard line at the bottom. So we're going to add another one. This time I'm going to add the 50% opacity, and this was a lot of those graduation designs, and I'm like really stoked that I found this. So I'm going to do like a whole all over shirt design, just like we did the session where we did it in Photoshop. I'm gonna do one for this, because I already created the product and everything, so it has the bleed on there and all. Because I was just really excited to see that, okay, well, I can design quick images without having to open my Photoshop. All right, let me close out of that. I'm gonna keep that open just in case. I think we did 50% just now, so you can see it's lighter, and let's see how 50% would apply on the image. So now it's got its transparency to it, and you can still do the effects to these images. So if I wanted to do a tint effect, I could. If I wanted to do the grayscale, I can. And so a lot of those designs are basically, and I might need to put a different type of background on here right now. Oh, just to let you know too, you can fill the background color. If I have this selected for a product, that means you can make your own fill color, and then that way it actually fills the whole base of the image with the color. So how about that? In this case, let's see, we need something lighter for Carter to go on to, and then let's keep it white. And then I'm going to I don't want to delete it, but I want it kind of out of my way so I can show y'all how to use your opacity. I'll delete it. I'll put it back later. For those of y'all who really want that particular print, I'll put it back later. So what I can do is just hit delete, and it's going to ask me if it's okay to delete it. I'm going to say yes. So if I were doing a design where I wanted to add that effect, I can bring this one to the front. I'm going to do that, bring it all the way to the front. That one's in the back, fade it off, and you can imagine that that could be several different designs. And then you can still, let's see, Let's go with that one because it's got some lightness to it. And then if I drag this image, I can also rotate it. I can manually rotate it, or I can rotate it by typing in the number 90 degrees. And let's say that's what I want as my background design. I'm going to place it first, and then I'm going to tell it to go all the way to the bottom, and voila. Now you see what your 50% opacity looks like, and it's faded off. So this is not a complete design, but I'm just letting you know that you have options, and this designer is a quick way to do that. Now, even if you aren't ordering, you know, from the website, if you needed to proof or purchase designs or anything like that, because what'll happen is I'm going to have templates, the same templates that I'm doing in Photoshop. I'm going to start doing broken down versions of them for the app. So those of you who don't have Photoshop, who still want some of the design features, now you won't be able to do the flames and the chrome and all of that stuff, but I will have some basic templates, and that's what I'm going to work on, building templates like this where you can pull your images into, and then you can purchase the file, or you can purchase the print, or you can purchase it already pressed full bleed on a shirt or socks or whatever. So I will have that for y'all. Tanya, okay, you AK. Patternator. Okay, awesome. So yes, Patternator. Tanya's giving us that. Let's look it up. Let's see. Patternator. You know what? There are apps for everything. And once I realized that whatever I'm doing on my Photoshop, there are 3,000 apps for it on the phone. That's when I realized I could tell the kids that they can design. Now this looks like it's an app. I was trying to see if they had a web version of it. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, so this one might be one that's only for, but that's so cool. Like, why? We need to have a list of these resources. Absolutely. Good look, Tanya. I like that. So Patternator, you can, and that's the thing I want you to understand, like any tool can be used to design. So you can design on a phone app. There is an app. Okay, I'm going to show y'all this app. I wasn't going to show y'all just yet because I was so excited. Matter of fact, I have it on my Google Keep. I'm so excited about this app, y'all, and I'm going to find a way to incorporate the designs, but I want to show you that you don't always have to have Photoshop apps and plugins and templates, even though that kind of takes a little bit away from me. But I just want you all to be great. So let me see if I can find this. Y'all, when I told y'all, I was like, I almost cried. That's how excited I was about finding this resource. Where is it? Now let me not find it in front of y'all and I have to tell y'all later and break y'all's heart. Let's see, here we go. It is called, and you all let me know if you've ever seen this before, but when I tell you this thing right here blew my mind, lunapic.com. And I don't know if this is some like website that's gonna like blow up ever, because it's older, but I cannot imagine that this website in this, you know, tool, because it is a full designer. You can upload an image just like you would in Photoshop. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna upload the same Cardi picture since we've been working with that onto my delete files. Who are you, Cardi? Come on, Cardi. Now see, I've been taking pictures of the shirts to create my mock-ups and all of that foolishness. Okay. And then I'm going to let y'all go play with whatever apps and things you're going to play with today, because now you just understand that you're just creating a mock-up. That's it. You're creating a mock-up from different tools that can design. So let me see if I need to zoom out a little bit. Y'all, check this out. I'm not even going to tell you. You can do everything from cropping the image, removing the background, all of those things. This is like a free version of Photoshop, but it's not a free version of Photoshop. It's not as robust. You're not going to get all of the same tools and capabilities, especially with the layers. Yeah, like you can add a gradient, but what I noticed is it didn't really let you do transparencies with the gradients, but there is a way to do some different things where you blend images and that sort of thing. And it has help files that showed you how to do all that. I'm not going to show you all that. What I'm going to show you is when you go to this art. So let me show y'all something. Let me just pick one first. Let's just pick one. Y'all. Y'all are gonna thank me. I'm telling you, y'all are gonna be using the mess out of this. Now, the only thing that I would do is on my Photoshop program, I would take my Cardi image and I would add much more space to the top and around the sides, so that when I do decide to use this image, I'm gonna clean it up and feather it off and take. But man, this is free art. Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing this like I'm seeing this right now? Let me see in the comments that this is something that excites you, because I am tickled. I am tickled. Y'all look at this. I'm going to show you a few things, and I'm going to do a whole session on these. But you can change the adjustment so you get more of the original picture that comes through, or more of the effect. Child, when I tell you, I wasn't going to tell y'all immediately about this because I wanted to do some stuff with it on there, but I'm just so excited that there's 8 of y'all here to share this with. So y'all will get a heads up on the next project. This is bananas. And I'm sure there are a million other apps out there that do things like this. And do you know how hard I have to work in Photoshop for something to look like it's painted? Do you know how many layers? You know, if you ever bought my templates, that there are lots of layers, there are lots of effects that go into creating when you pull an image in to make it have those sort of elements. And then every picture that pulls in is different, and you have to adjust it and all these different things. So when you have tools like this at your disposal, baby, please take advantage. Yes, Nikki, this is so fire. When I tell you, I was in here like about to cry. I'm telling you, do you know how much time I spent making stuff look like this? So I gave y'all a little cheat code, you know, to the game, and I hope y'all do something major with it. Now, it does matter what size image you bring in. Of course, that's what size image you get out. But man, you cannot beat this. Imagine this like all over. Matter of fact, this is like abstract. If I want to save this, I'm gonna go to File, Save this image, right? And like I said, my what I would do, just save the image. You're not gonna let me figure out where to save it anyway. I mean, pull it up from anyway. So let's do. I'm gonna show y'all. I just got to show y'all real quick. Man, I'm so excited. I'm gonna show y'all. Now, I would still, knowing me, I would bring that into Photoshop. I would take my soft brush. Like I said, I would add a little more canvas space to the top and to the side, so that when I did my canvas brush or did my soft brush and cleaned up those edges, I will be able to bring it in without this background. But even with the background, I haven't even told y'all I got it all over one on here yet. I've been working. I've been trying to keep up with what we say we're gonna do, and I've been putting in some work. So this is, I took a picture of a shirt and put the template on there so you all know. So if you ever need to order the shirts pre-pressed, like all over, we offer that service now. So I'm gonna add this design right here because I just got to see what it looks like blown up. Now, higher quality in is gonna be higher quality out, and this thing, it may even have a limit on how big an image can be as far as the output, but it still looked like it had the same pixels as when I brought it in. So I think it even tells you the pixels of it before you download it. Yep, you can reduce this the file size if you needed to, but I would always say go with your maximum if it's something that you're going to ever blow up on a shirt. Let's see. Man, this is art. This is done. I do not have to do anything else. No, but I probably would, like I told you, I'll clean these edges up, create my own color that I want in the background. Then you can put some words or text on there or anything, but man, this is done. This is a wrap. You got art. What more do you want from me? Anyways, I got so much work to do today, y'all. I will be on here probably all day, in and out. We're gonna be working on oh gosh, I'm doing Affinity today, taking some of the Photoshop templates, because when somebody orders them in Affinity, I do an Affinity tutorial and turn it into an Affinity template. So any of you interested in Affinity, I'll be doing that today. And just some random stuff, whatever I'm wrapping up for today. I have some birthday shirts I'm supposed to be working on, and whatever I'm doing today, I just figured I would share with you all and let y'all see a little glimpse into my day and into my world. And this is supposed to be my day off, so y'all can imagine how every other day is. Shorten the gradient fade. Oh, don't forget the short gradient fade video. Right, Nikki, we're going to do that one. I'll go ahead and do that one as soon as I come off of this, so it will be uploaded for you. And I want you to make sure that you're following like step by step, because once you get it and once you try it again and you understand, okay, well, it's not that hard, and just do it in a simple file first, then you'll be able to make sure that you keep those same steps. It's all about creating a layer mask, and then using either your gradient or your brush tool to remove, well, it's not really removing, you're concealing or revealing from that layer mask the image that it is clipped to or attached to. So we're definitely gonna upload that as a quick video. Okay, so any questions or anything while I have y'all here? Youth t-shirt templates. Okay, not yet, but I absolutely need to do that. As a matter of fact, I need a to-do list that actually does stuff for me, not just tells me what to do, because I have it on my to-do list to put up the youth sizes and the toddler onesie sizes. Whew. Yep. And then something else I'm supposed to be doing too, a cheerbo template. So cheerbo template, and this will be something y'all can download, and it'll place the images in the right place, and we'll do a tutorial on how to assemble them. And what else? No, that Tanya, you're right, that's something that needs to be up there, because that is definitely going to help you all when you're creating these designs. All right, I don't know if I'm still on here, because it looks like my live is just spinning around and around. Okay, cool. All right, so Nikki, I'll get back with you in just a moment, and I'm gonna upload this. Well, I'll talk to you first, just in case it's something I need to include in the video for the for fading the image. As a matter of fact, I might even do it dual, because I need to re-record the cutout image. Template for obituaries in Photoshop. I actually have a few templates for obituaries. That type of design is a little more complicated, but like for programs and obituaries, like when you can make those stand out, people will keep continually going to you, because a lot of people just do basic desktop publishing and don't have the real design flair. So once you show them that, yeah, they'll be coming to you. Matter of fact, the funeral homes will start coming to you and asking you to do their designs, if they're willing to part with those dollars, because you know how that goes. But yes, that's absolutely a good idea too. So template 4, I'll put it on my list. And template 4, obituary and programs. Okay. Alright, loves, so I'm going to cut this one off, and at least folks know how they can use the app and play with some things there. I wonder how I did with the 10 and if it works. Sorry, I just got to playing with something else real quick. Alright guys, so I will check y'all later, and if there's anything that y'all need to see, put it in the comments of the videos, or go to the Innate Create. If you go to the Innate Creatives group, which I think all of y'all are in the Innate Creatives group, that's pretty much where I'm getting the source of things that y'all want to learn. That's where you get the notifications that I'm going to host a live or do any type of giveaway or anything like that. So Innate Creatives, INNATE Creatives, CREATIVES, is the private Facebook group. So y'all come join us. All right, loves. I will talk to y'all later. Bye for now.